Hello everyone and welcome back to Timber and Stone for the final season that I'm going to be doing on this channel. Timber and Stone stopped development here I think early last year and it is still in beta. No new real updates have come out, nothing new to really report, and this is going to be the last time I'm going to be playing this on the channel simply due to that we've kind of covered everything. You know, I've done 2 really long seasons of Timber and Stone already. For those of you who are new to Timber and Stone, I suggest going back to my playlists and seeing those. They were great fun. Just like last season, we are going to be accepting, name invites, things like that. If you guys want to try and name our villagers, please do so. I'm going to go ahead and actually pause the game here just so that we kind of don't progress too far while I'm just rambling initially on this section. But for those of you who are new, my channel has grown a whole lot since the last time we played Timber and Stone, and welcome all the new people. But Timber and Stone is essentially a very similar to Banished. You know, you're going to have menus such as this that has all your units, they have skill levels, and these are all their professions that they can spec into and eventually learn and master throughout the game. Besides that, it's a lot different from Banished in the sense that there's no pre-made buildings. You're going to have to be building these very similar to how you would in Minecraft. You're going to have to build scaffolding for them. You're going to have to build it block by block. Also, there are combat. You can see there's infantry and a archer class for our people to use and defend our town from people that want to take our resources and kill us. So maybe it's more like Stonehearth. It's definitely Banished and Stonehearth kind of combined, I guess you could say. So what I want to do here initially is take a look at how many people we have. We have 8 to start out, and it kind of starts you with a balance of people based on their randomly rolled skills and things. So for example, we have a miner to start, a stonemason, trader, farmer, carpenter, builder, things like that. Builder I don't really need to do right now, as we're not building anything just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the builder over to wood chopper, because we're going to need that to gather some wood. Trader, we also don't need a trader simply because we don't have really the economy to have a trader yet, and I'm going to be switching him over, I think, to, I would say fisherman, since we're right on the coast here, but we actually don't have any fishing rods, and fishing rods is more of a mid-tier item. So tell you what, why don't we start with 2 wood choppers? I think that would be pretty good. You can see their clothes do get updated based on what job they have. We have a forager, that's fine, that's great for early food. In fact, you can click on them, you can assign them things like, for example, the forager is going to be looting our dead. They're going to be disposing of corpses of hostiles. They're going to be hunting and gathering. And you can harvest wild wheat, but in my experience, wheat's used for more animal keeping, and we're not really keeping animals this early. That's more of a mid-tier kind of thing to do. Other than that, we have a carpenter. We're going to need one of those. We got farmer, forager, miner. We have 1 infantryman, and I think we're good to go at this point. There's a couple more little housekeeping things that I need to do before we start. The first things first, I'm going to establish a hall. Now, this is technically a town hall area, and people who are idle or new citizens will come to this designated grid space. Now, also what I need to do is establish roads connecting to the edges of all the sides of the map. So each road connection you have to the edge, eventually per day you have a chance to spawn, based on how your economy is doing and everything, a new citizen, and increase your population like that. So the easiest way to do this is simply just drag a large line straight to the edge, and you can increase the grid selection by going up and down using the arrow keys so that you can get all the little ravines and things that are in there. So you can see we're across the river now, but I need to actually connect the path under the river as well. So that's a concern. So we'll make sure that's all connected. I think so. I think it is. Hold on. Yes, it is. For the most part. About as well as connected as something like that can be. In fact, that river is going to be a problem. I don't think we're gonna have to build a bridge or move where the road goes across, because just like Minecraft, these guys can't really go over anything beyond a 1-block gap. So let's check this one. This one, nope. Yep, that river is a little deep on the deep side, so we can't really do much with that. That's fine. That's fine. I can work around that a little bit. Simply by going to the left, and we'll just do one connection point to start. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time working out these roads, at least on camera. I can do that off camera so that you guys don't get bored by just watching me draw a straight line here. But this is a necessary step that not many people know about. In fact, if you go back and watch me first play this, I had no idea what roads were. In fact, I thought I had to just build the road myself. Alright, so we have one connection point, and I think that's okay to start. And let's go ahead and tell our wood choppers. Generally, I keep them at chop nearest tree, and what that'll do is they'll chop the nearest mature tree in basically an area around where they're going to be gathering stuff. Our forager is going to be getting a bunch of food for us as well. We do have a farmer, and you're going to start with a farm. We have actually a decent amount of seeds. Wow, that's a little weird. So we have some potatoes, so we're gonna plant what, 8x2 grid of potatoes. You don't have to have the full amount of seeds. In fact, the farmer, when he harvests his crops, he gets a little bit of seeds back, and that is how you use that to expand your field. So you can start with something a little bit bigger. Let's go back to corn. So we'll do corn as well. I don't want to do anything else because simply we don't need it, and having him overwork is not going to be a good idea. Now, we also are going to need some tools and items. Luckily, some of the base crafting can be done at the wagon, so we don't have to worry about their workbenches just yet. So if you go into your resources tab, you can go to hand tools. We're going to maintain a few things. We're going to maintain one pickaxe and one axe to start out with. Also, what I'm going to do is maintain one club for our first little weapon here, just in case some wolves show up. And at that point, we're pretty much good to hit play and watch everyone kind of jump into action there. There we go. Now, each workstation and drop-off station, things like that, they have kind of a set area where people work from. They're kind of shown by these little footprints. So we have our carpenter, Adeline, working on getting in that club. We have a new axe being made. And we have a miner kind of just sitting idle right now. Now that's fine. What you can do is go ahead and dig and mine a little bit just so you can get your beginning resources. I'm just going to take off that hard stone top here. This kind of stone shelf kind of sticking off the beach, and that's going to give us some good kind of base stone to hopefully work from. I would be harvesting the grass, but that's actually just going to give us dirt, and I actually need stone to maintain some of our tools here. The infantry, we're going to manage their infantry, and we're going to give him a club because that's what he needs. Now, he'll realize that he does not have a club, hopefully, here in a second. There we go. You should realize that you don't have a club. Let's see. Maybe if I move you, it might update. There we go. So, she realized it doesn't have a club. come over to the wagon, our main kind of storage area right now, and get herself a little club. So that'll be nice. Also, what I want to do is give our forager a club. The forager moves around the map a lot, and it's actually a pretty dangerous profession to have. Now the question is, why aren't you building a new club? I believe, unless you already made one, I don't think you did. Nope. Alright, well, we'll up the maintain and storage by 1 in all counts here. Just so nothing kind of drops off. We can also increase the game speed, if that's the thing you want to do. But let's go ahead and get some of their permanent workstations. We need a timbering bench, which we can't really afford yet. In fact, I would know that if I was tracking my resources. So in the resources tab, you can actually open these up and track individual things. So food, we're going to track this. Food, super important to track. We'll track some raw stone. We'll track the raw wood. What else can we track? Seedling, maybe, if you want to replant some trees. But right now, I'm okay with not caring about that. Well, let's track how much money we have. How much cut timber we have. Brick, eventually, we'll need to know. Cloth, not yet. We don't have anything for that. Hand tools. I don't usually track these. We're really short on wood. I wonder... Yeah, our wood choppers are coming back here. So they kind of gather a full inventory. You can see 14. So we're about to gain a whole bunch of raw wood here. And everyone else kind of realizes that and jump into action. And they go about completing any pending tasks by doing that. Let's just speed up time here. There we go. And you can click on the guys if they're working on something, and you can see their progress. As they level up, they produce things quicker, do their job a lot more efficiently, and also gather some more resources. You can also, there's an accompaniment bar here. And you can set the maximum weight that they can carry. In fact, I suggest keeping that around 12. After 12 pounds of stuff, they actually move slower. So for your resource people, keep them 12, 11, and that way they'll always kind of maintain their full speed. That's especially important for your forager because you don't want them to be going really slowly out in the wilderness like that. It's very dangerous out there. There can be wolves, there can be goblins, and many of nasties, you could say. So this first episode's a whole bunch of resource gathering, and then as we progress through, we'll be making a town, castles, things like that. This one, what I want to do is maybe do something a little bit more in the fantasy theme set, but you guys can leave suggestions down below. I find that to be a very important part of my Timber and Stone series. You guys help me build these like you do in Planet Coaster. So, you know, any structure that you think will be useful for us, let me know in the comments, and I'll see about building it. Alright, now. Don't really see anywhere that I can establish a permanent mine. That's pretty good. Usually I kind of build closer to cliff faces, but I wanted to do a coastal fishing town this one. The first season of Timber and Stone, we had a coastal fishing town. But it wasn't all built around the shoreline. That's kind of what I want to do on this season. Now, the nice thing about having an ocean is no mobs really spawn out there. So that's a good way to maintain safety. They kind of spawn at the map's edge and things like that. So let's get our workshops maybe placed here. So we need a timbering bench, and the timbering bench is used to turn raw wood into your normal planks. Let's go ahead and also tell them to maintain a little bit of that. Also going to maintain stone tongs now. And building hammers. Now that we have a little bit of a backlog of stone resources. We can tell them to start branching out and maintaining others. You just need to make sure you have enough to make axes and pickaxes early on, as you kind of go through those relatively quickly there. So beyond that, let's maintain some timber in storage. So let's start with, actually 20 timber planks. Now the storage here, you can see the wagon actually gives 40 to each storage type. You can build more. It's in the storage tab of the design section. And you can store things such as wood, raw wood, things like that. And you can lay these out to where, you know, maybe your woodworkers are going really far away from town. You can shorten their travel distance to bring you wood. And also timber piles and things. You know, maybe right here next to the carpenter. That way they don't have to move quite as far. We are also going to need probably a tools chest as soon as we have 3 planks. Might be a little bit on that front. Let's just make it double speed. Who's out here? Okay, our forager's out here. I was really worried about you. I need to make him a knife. The knife is kind of how he maintains his hunting skills. So he can't really kill things unless he has a skinning knife. You can also set patrol routes for your infantry, things like that. And as they level up, they get stronger and hopefully defend you rather well. What I want to also look into is possibly making a shield, a buckler. I don't have any ingots yet, and that'll come with time. More so with anything. Our miner's not super well geared. But hopefully, as the days go on and we build up our town, we'll get more people. And with more people, we'll be able to allow people in current jobs to possibly switch over to others. And you kind of bounce around trying to cover all your resource bases here. And you can see the day-night cycle is progressing. It's dusk. And then it'll go into midnight, early morning. Or dusk, midnight, late night, early morning. It just goes around, as you would see. Need a knife or a bow and arrow? What does it take to make a bow and arrow? Short bow. We have one. What does it take to make arrows? Stone arrows. We have some of that. So, you know what? Let's bow, arrow. Come back to town. I want to see if our forager actually uses a bow and arrow. I've never seen them use it before. I've never noticed that he asks for one. Oh, storage is getting full. Masonry. Oh, so he does have a bow. Look at that. Okay. Oh, wow. Took out that boar in one shot. Look at that. Good job, guy. Let's follow him for a little bit. What all did you get from that boar? Some animal fat, animal hides. That's good. Yeah, you get some berries. There's a boar up there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe his inventory is full. Okay. Doesn't look like I can... Oh, the miner should be able to dig those up. But because our storage is full, we need a masonry stockpile. And that will allow her to go gather some more stone for us. You can upgrade some of these, you know. Like, for example, the raw wood. You can upgrade it for 6 pieces of raw wood, and there you go. Let's also tell our people to make some more timber. You know, maintaining more of this would be good, I think. So let's pump it up to 50. And let's also think about where we want our mine and how you guys want our town to eventually look. I know it's nighttime. You can't see very well right now. But we have quite an open area to go through here and expand. I can just stick to the coast if you guys want. I can probably build the mine out here. I could also build a normal mine shaft if that's something you guys want as well. Just something along the coast. But do let me know what you guys want to see in this series. Let me know also by leaving a like if you guys enjoy Timber and Stone. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to check out my other creative stuff that I work on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.